Good afternoon, everybody. It is so nice to be with you. My name is Lisa Coppola. I'm the NAWBO National Board Chair, and I'm here with a heads up on some cool events and initiatives to support you, help you grow and expand your reach in your network and scale your business. So, first thing on tap, the next big event we've got is NAWBO Days. That's on June 3rd through 5th, 2024. So, a couple months from now. But you need to know about it now, and you need to get registered now. The agenda for NAWBO Days in Washington, D.C. is live at nawbo.org. The event includes chapter leader onboarding, chapter awards, 2024-2025. So this is a new group of presidents, recognition, and so much more. So be sure to check it out and please join us. Quick details. There's our annual meeting on the 3rd, the first day, followed by leader onboarding content for several hours. If you're an incoming president, you've got to be there. You'll learn so much. It'll make your transition easier, and it will connect you to others willing and able to support you. If you're a new board member, there's content for you too. Please strongly consider coming. For the entire 3-day event, which then also includes advocacy days and an incredible gala where our Woman Business Owner of the Year will be named, entire 3-day event, the registration fee for members right now is only $375. That's through the end of March. So another 15 days or so. On April 1st, for members, that fee increases to $475. So early bird registration right now for members, $375. If you're not a member, you're more than welcome to attend. That price right now, early bird, is $475. Starting April 1, the rate for members increases to $475. The rate for non-members increases to $575. There's also a room block at the Royal Sonesta, Washington, D.C. Capitol Hill. It's a brand new and super nice place. You can reach out from nawbo.org to book your room where everyone else is staying. And you want to do that. And you want to link to the Royal Sonesta, Washington, D.C. Capitol Hill from nawbo.org, because I'm told there are a couple Royal Sonestas in Washington, and you want to be at the right one, the one that's on Capitol Hill. So NAWBO Days, June 3rd through 5th, in a couple of months from now, but now is the time to register to save a few dollars, right? We all benefit from that. So after that, I want to talk about opportunities to get involved. I have been approached during this almost full year that I've been your chair. I've been approached by so many of you asking how to get more involved in the national organization. And a prime way is what I'm about to tell you about. So I'm going to foreshadow a perfect opportunity for getting involved in the national organization. As a NAWBO member, you always have the opportunity to help shape the NAWBO experience from the level of the national organization. It's not just for the 9 or so people who are on the national board volunteering our time. It is for members as well. And I hope that you feel or see or perceive how committed our board members are to connecting with you and making ourselves available to you. We're very, very serious about this, and we want you involved with us. A prime way to become more involved is to apply to serve on a national committee. And many of you, I'm sure, have served in volunteer capacities with your local chapter, right? Or if you're in the virtual chapter, you've served by leading events and doing things like that. We also have opportunities for our members to serve at the national level by joining one of our national committees. In this Sunday's NAWBO and You, and it'll be posted in the comment section below, you're going to find a link to a web page with details and a nomination link to serve on a national committee. I want to talk about a couple of those committees just to highlight them, to give you a sense of what's involved. And the first one I want to talk about is called the President's Assembly Steering Committee. So if you've done nonprofit volunteer work in your community or with your local chapter, right, there have been committees like awards and events and programming and fundraising. There's probably never been a committee called the President's Assembly Steering Committee, or what we call the PASC. That's pretty unique to NAWBO, and I think it's such an incredible committee, an incredible way to be involved. Probably because when I was chapter president here in Buffalo, I had a PASC representative, Karen Bennett, who is also serving on our national board as our immediate past chair. She was my PASC rep, and I was a new president at Buffalo. I was basically a member for a couple of years, and then they said, "Oh, Lisa, why don't you be the president?" And so I didn't really know what I was doing, frankly. And Karen came in, and she was my mentor. She was the person I could call if I had a question, if something wasn't clear, or I didn't really understand the interplay maybe between my local chapter and the national organization. PASC members support chapter leaders nationwide. And not everybody knows about the PASC in NAWBO, and frankly, everyone should. The PASC is comprised of former chapter leaders, both former presidents and also former board members of local chapters who are willing to commit to supporting the current chapter presidents. They act as mentors, sounding boards, and importantly, as it was for me, a link to the national board and HQ. These women do amazing work helping out sometimes struggling or new presidents, sometimes struggling chapters. They provide guidance. And what I've found to be true for many, many years is I've participated on the PASC and watched its great work. They provide, I've been there before, insight, right? This isn't the first time something that our current president of a local chapter might feel like, I'm the only one in the world this has ever happened to. PASC reps, because they've been leaders in their own chapters, have sort of I've seen this before, and I can help you through it. I can be there to assist. So if you're a former chapter leader in any capacity, please consider becoming involved with National on the PASC. We'd love to see you. I talked about the PASC first, as I'm talking about the potential for applications to national board committees, because the self-nomination deadline for this committee, the PASC, is April 10th. That's still almost a month away, but it will come quickly. I'll drop a link, or my great friend Margaret Hernandez will drop a link to the application for the PASC below, and you'll see more details in Sunday's NAWBO and You newsletter. So please, again, if you're a former chapter leader and you're looking for a way of giving back and you're looking to make a meaningful contribution, being a member of the PASC is just a remarkable, generous opportunity to do just that. There's a lot of other national committees where we on the national board ask, invite, maybe sometimes beg our members to serve on. So let me tell you a list of what they are. There's the Advocacy Committee. There's awards, events. There's the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee. There's the Fundraising Committee, International, Membership, which is an incredibly important committee. And it also has a very robust subcommittee led by Michelle Skina of the Philadelphia chapter, and it's called the Next Gen Committee. And then the last committee for which we have applications available is the Technology Committee. The webpage will drop below, has details on all those committees, like what the expectation is, what you'd be asked to do if you were asked to serve on the committee, and what you could get from it, right? Yes, you're giving back, of course, but what are you also going to be enriched by doing when you're on one of these committees? So that link's going to be below. There's also going to be a nomination link to serve on the committee you might feel most passionate about. Maybe you're somebody who, and this isn't me, somebody who's not afraid to ask someone else for money, for a donation, to support a cause you feel incredibly passionate about, right? The fundraising committee is the place for you. And what might you get out of serving on the fundraising committee? Well, first, working with, and that committee is a joint committee between our NAWBO Institute Board and our NAWBO National Board. You'd get involved with members of both of those boards. You'd be involved with our wonderful CEO, Jen Earl, and you'd have the opportunity to talk with prospects, be involved with large corporate partners, perhaps potential legacy donors, former NAWBO members, and others in the community, the nationwide community, I mean, who feel committed to helping women entrepreneurs. So is there a give and take? Absolutely. Would you benefit from those experiences? Without a doubt. So if you're passionate about fundraising, if it's an area you think you have skills and a desire that will make you just a stellar complement to that committee, please apply to serve on that committee. And likewise, right, if your passion is with membership, if it's with advocacy, if it's with any of these other areas, events. Remember, we're going to be planning for our 50th anniversary celebration in June of 2025. Diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging. So there's so many. I'm not going to repeat them again. But there are great opportunities for you to get involved at the national level. Do you need to have been a chapter leader for the PASC? Yes. The answer to that is yes. But for any of these other committees, and there are many, the answer is no. What you need to be able to demonstrate is your commitment, your willingness to do the volunteer work, your interest in it, your passion in it, and that's it. So we're looking for members across the country, right? We do better having diversity of thought and of diversity of geography, right? We want members from across the country, folks who are in small chapters, large chapters, folks who have small businesses and large businesses, younger in age folks, older in age folks, right? All those measures of diversity make our committee structure stronger. So again, there'll be a couple links down below, and also please read your NAWBO and You newsletter. It gets into my inbox Sunday morning about 8 a.m. Depending on where you are in the country, it might be a little bit different time, but you will get that NAWBO and You newsletter this Sunday. Oh, by the way, I told you April 10th was the deadline for applying for the President's Assembly Steering Committee, PASC. April 30th is the deadline for applying to any of these other committees I've talked about. Don't wait until the last minute. Take a peek and see if this is something that would light you up. Please consider doing it. We'd love to have you serving on one of these committees. Next item I'm going to talk about is NAWBO's online world. As many of our members know, we used to have this wonky website and database that was incredibly difficult to navigate, was sort of antique looking. I'd love to say it was vintage, because then we'd all say, oh, that's really cool, I'll pay money for it. But it was clunky as heck. And so we've been involved and engaged in a technology transition for some months now. Some parts have gone smoothly, others have been bumpy. One thing is for sure, however, the new website at NAWBO.org is amazing and already has, and will have even more fabulous capacities. First, I want to tell you about a couple pieces to the NAWBO.org website that you should check out. The partner pages, so corporate partner pages, are live on the national website. If you check out, for example, the affiliate partner section, we now have a really easy link NAWBO members can use to receive exclusive discounts on purchases made from Office Depot. I run a law firm in Buffalo, New York. We use a lot of paper, right? We're lawyers, go figure. And a lot of office supplies. I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars My law practice has saved in the years I've been a NAWBO member through that Office Depot discount program we're entitled to. And remember, it's not just us, right, as the owners of our business. We can take our Office Depot discount, and actually, you can get little cards, but you get a number. And you can share them with everyone on your staff. So think about, I sometimes do this right before school starts up here in the East Coast. School starts right after Labor Day in September. And I always put a calendar entry the first week of August. And you could do this too with your staff. And I let my staff know, or I remind my staff, remember we have this Office Depot discount. You can use it to buy all your school supplies and save yourself a ton of money. As the business owner, you can use it to buy equipment, office furniture. Maybe this chair I'm sitting in, I think came from Office Depot with my NAWBO discount. So it's a really awesome program. And we have lots of other affiliate partners who share discounts with us because we're members of NAWBO. Second, please try out the new section we have at NAWBO.org. It's under events and news, and it's called NAWBO Expert Reviews. It's designed to empower our community of women business owners with high quality, unbiased reviews of B2B tools and software to help you make informed purchasing decisions. It's a brand new section of the website. I know there have been a couple of bumps. Few people have told me they're not able to navigate to it. I will tell you what to do if that's your case, but I would encourage you to navigate to it and see if that can help educate you, right? We're always trying to help each other, lift as we climb. And this is an area where we can get unbiased input on the things that help our businesses and help our businesses grow. And I commend it to you. I think it's a really cool section, and I'm delighted HQ has now included it for all of us. Finally, though, we are still finding cases where members don't have access to certain parts of the website or in the member directory are listed incorrectly. That's the result of, I'm not a tech person, of logic missing from this technology transfer that HQ and our expert vendors are now working to modify. So we're also fine-tuning search functionality, right? Because searching on the website is much like, the world of Google. And there are, as I said, always bumps in the road here. So if you're in our website and you notice anything about your own profile, about trying to navigate someplace that is wonky, the word I use as a non-technical person, it isn't working the way it should. It isn't working smoothly. It's not getting you there intuitively or quickly. Please let NAWBO know. The email to send that information to, please let us know. We are asking you or inviting you to please share your feedback. And you would email tech support, TECH support, at NAWBO.org with that information. We're really grateful for all of these eyes on the new website to help us, finish the punch list, get the job fully completed. So, folks, I am crazy excited for spring. After all, I live in Buffalo, New York. Spring's coming next week. I am incredibly happy about that. And I truly hope wherever you are across the country, you're enjoying some fresh air, the vestiges of springtime. I know my good friends in South Florida and New Mexico and along the Southern California coast, you've had beautiful weather for months now, and I'm so happy for you. Those of us in the Northeast and the Northwest and some other locations across the country, we have survived another winter. But in any event, I hope you have an incredibly fun weekend coming up. Thanks so much for being a NAWBO member and supporting women entrepreneurs across the country. Thank you for doing the right thing for yourselves and reaching out and focusing on getting support, really exploring our 3 pillars: education, advocacy, and leadership. We want to be as inclusive as humanly possible And we want each and every one of you to feel as though you belong, because you do. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to me or anyone else on our board or the HQ team with any questions or concerns at any time. Have a great weekend, everybody. So happy to have been with you today. Take care.